My mother went through terminal cancer in 1981. She was very sick. She weighed 89 pounds. When I flew home from college to see her, I was shocked. Her skin was as yellow as can be. She looked like she was close to death. And there was no treatment that the doctors could give her. For several years, she fought the good fight of faith. And there were struggles, wasn't easy, plenty of lonely nights. Thoughts told her that she wasn't going to make it, how she should be buried in a certain dress. She was in the fire, flames all around her. But like with these teenagers, God didn't let the fire burn her. When you see my mom now, healthy, strong, beautiful, she doesn't look like what she's been through. She doesn't look like she spent years fighting the good fight of faith. She didn't look like she had to raise my brother Paul. You may be in the fire now, dealing with the sickness, financial difficulty, a child that's off course. You need to get this down in your spirit. That fire is not going to burn you. What's come against you is not permanent. Don't believe those thoughts that it's all downhill from here. This will always taint your future, always hinder your dreams. Now, what was meant for your harm, God is turning to your advantage. When people see you, they are not going to see what you've been through, not going to see the mistakes you've made, not going to see the disappointments. Like my mother, you're going to be so strong, so healthy, so blessed. They're going to see who you are and not what you've been through. The Israelites were in slavery for 430 years, mistreated and taken advantage of. It looked like that was their destiny, but God supernaturally brought them out. As they were leaving, the people that held them captive all those years gave them their gold, their silver, their clothing. I can imagine the Israelites walking out with new clothes on, new shoes, wearing jewelry. They didn't leave there looking like slaves. They were loaded down with gifts. They traveled the desert for many years. The scripture says there was not one sick or feeble one among them. 2 million people. Their clothes and shoes didn't wear out for 40 years. There were no grocery stores out there, no malls, no hospitals. It was hot and dry. They lived on the move. Yet when people saw them, nobody knew they were former slaves. Nobody knew they had been mistreated. Why? When God restores, there's no sign of what you've been through. Now, you may have been a slave to some things, a slave to an addiction, slave to depression, a slave to poverty. It's been in your family line for generations. You think you're going to look like those that have gone before you. No, your days of captivity have come to an end. Freedom is here. God is not only going to deliver you, He's not only going to break bondages, He's going to restore back to you to where no one will ever know you were a slave. They will never know you were addicted, never know you were depressed, or never know you came out of a dysfunctional environment. I love the story of our friend Tyler Perry. Tyler grew up very poor and mistreated by his father. As a little boy, he had to hide under the front porch of his house to escape the drama and dysfunction in his home. He was in the fire.